It's been a while. I'm Catch Miles, and this is Let's Be Real, where we chat about real-life experiences, changing realities, and the conversations people are often thinking about but not always saying out loud. Today, we'll be speaking about the recent changes in Canada's immigration system and what those changes could mean for people already working, contributing, and trying to build a future here. There's a major conversation happening across Canada right now. Some people want immigration reduced completely, while others question why temporary workers and international students should receive residency pathways. On the surface, those opinions may sound straightforward, but once we look deeper, immigration becomes more than numbers. It becomes connected to labor, stability, growth, and economic survival. Another reality cannot be ignored. Fewer people are having children today, while Canada's population continues aging. More retirees now require healthcare, support workers, and long-term community assistance daily. That creates pressure across hospitals, care homes, businesses, transportation systems, and construction sectors. Fewer workers are entering labor markets while demand for services keeps increasing across communities nationwide. So the real question is not simply who should stay in Canada. The real question becomes who is currently doing the work already available across the country today. Temporary workers, immigrants, and international graduates are already filling major labor shortages. They support healthcare facilities, group homes, hospitality industries, farms, warehouses, cleaning companies, and logistics operations daily. They also work in construction, operating equipment, laying asphalt, building homes, supporting road projects, and helping infrastructure systems continue functioning despite labor shortages affecting multiple provinces currently. These are not minor responsibilities hidden quietly within society. These are essential roles helping communities function, businesses operate, infrastructure continue growing, and services remain available for citizens nationwide. So when people confidently say, let them leave, another important question immediately follows. If these workers disappear tomorrow, who realistically steps forward to replace them across industries? Many international students do not leave immediately after completing school. They transition into workplaces, gain Canadian experience, pay taxes, and contribute directly to industries already facing labor shortages nationally. As they begin settling, many continue building their lives. They establish businesses, purchase homes, invest within communities, and slowly become part of the economic structure supporting long-term growth nationally. Someone shared a story with me recently, and honestly, it stayed heavily on my mind because it reflects how immigration outcomes can become dramatically different despite similar beginnings today. Two friends left Nigeria around exactly the same period. One traveled to the United Kingdom for a master's degree, while the other came directly into Canada instead. That friend who studied in the United Kingdom completed her master's program in 1 year, gained work experience afterward, later applied through express entry, and eventually secured permanent residency in Canada. Meanwhile, the friend studying directly in Canada remained in school longer because her own academic program required additional time before completion and transition into employment opportunities afterward. By the time she finally completed school, she immediately began worrying about work permits, immigration pathways, and residency options because uncertainty was already beginning surrounding future immigration changes nationally. The lady in Canada later secured a work permit and began working, but with her permit gradually approaching expiration, permanent residency is still not in sight. Same starting point, same ambition, same desire for stability and growth, yet completely different outcomes emerged because systems, timelines, and immigration structures affected both individuals differently throughout their journeys. There was another situation involving colleagues who traveled together to Canada on study permits and completed exactly the same course while sharing similar educational and professional backgrounds previously. These individuals worked within the same department back home. They held comparable positions professionally. They shared similar levels of experience and even belonged to nearly identical age categories. But one colleague already had a sibling living in Canada, which immediately provided additional immigration points inside the system and significantly strengthened her overall residency profile afterward. Another colleague was married, which also added extra points supporting her profile. Eventually, 2 among the 3 secured permanent residency while progressing faster through immigration pathways successfully. Later, those same individuals also helped their siblings gain opportunities connected through family advantages already existing inside Canada's immigration structure, strengthening pathways available for relatives abroad afterward too. So, the third friend is still struggling to figure out her next steps. Even with stronger language scores and her contributions, she's trying to stay hopeful about future immigration opportunities. Imagine beginning life's journey together alongside close friends, only to watch them secure stability, reunite with siblings, and settle comfortably while your own future remains uncertain afterward. Stories like these are becoming increasingly common within conversations surrounding immigration throughout Canada because many individuals now question exactly how long-term stability and certainty are truly determined today. Especially for individuals already here, already contributing, already working, and already paying taxes, uncertainty surrounding residency pathways creates growing anxiety despite visible contributions supporting economic systems every single day. For many years, express entry mainly focused on applicants outside Canada seeking permanent relocation. More recently, Canadian work experience began playing a more significant role within immigration selection processes nationally. internationally. That change created hope among people already contributing within Canada. Many believe their work experience, tax payments, and community involvement would lead to clear long-term immigration opportunities later on. But now, another direction appears increasingly emphasized. Immigration discussions focus heavily toward target profiles, selected categories, and individuals considered high-income earners capable of contributing economically immediately afterward. This creates concern because many individuals currently performing essential work may not satisfy changing priorities despite already supporting industries struggling with labor shortages across Canada every single day. Yet the work itself does not disappear. Care facilities still require workers. Farms still require labor. Construction projects still require manpower. Warehouses still require consistent operational support daily nationwide. So the system begins selecting for one category of worker while simultaneously depending heavily upon another category entirely for maintaining important industries and services operating smoothly nationwide currently. If large numbers of these workers eventually leave, the effects will become noticeable quickly. Healthcare services may slow down, construction delays could increase, logistics may tighten, and food production could weaken across industries nationwide. Housing shortages may worsen as fewer workers remain available to build homes, while road projects could face longer delays due to ongoing labor shortages across communities nationwide. There is another quieter effect people rarely discuss publicly. When immigration policies continually change, uncertainty begins affecting long-term decisions, stability, confidence, planning, and personal commitment among workers nationally. People begin to hesitate. Some delay education, business expansion, or homeownership because immigration uncertainty creates long-term emotional and financial instability. Some Canadians suggest encouraging citizens to have more children instead of depending heavily upon immigration pathways supporting labor markets and population growth throughout future decades across Canada. That discussion may help long-term planning eventually. However, children born today will not enter the workforce for almost 20 years, while labor shortages already exist nationally today already. At the same time, retirements continue increasing steadily. More individuals leave workplaces yearly, while healthcare demands rise continuously because aging populations require additional care, support workers, and community services. Another issue involves how immigration points become distributed within selection systems. Age matters significantly. Marital status matters. Having siblings already established inside Canada also increases immigration opportunities considerably. On paper, the structure appears organized and objective, but equally qualified individuals can experience completely different immigration outcomes despite possessing similar abilities, education, language results, and professional contributions overall. Two people may have similar qualifications, experience, and language results, yet one profile becomes stronger. This can be due to age, marital status, or sibling-related advantages. That raises an important question. Are immigration systems consistently selecting individuals based primarily upon capability and contribution, or are profile advantages influencing outcomes more significantly than expected today? Many individuals already within Canada previously held senior professional positions abroad. They were managers, officers, technical specialists, and skilled workers before pursuing opportunities internationally and rebuilding careers afterward too. After arriving, many realized their qualifications alone are not enough immediately. Some return to school, gain certifications, rewrite exams, or reposition themselves professionally before progressing further in Canada. Still, many continue adapting by studying further, gaining certifications, building local experience, and positioning themselves to contribute more strongly to industries and economic growth in Canada. But if individuals actively trying to grow within systems become pushed out prematurely, countries risk losing workers already investing time, education, effort, and commitment toward future contributions. Replacing those individuals is not always simple because attracting highly skilled earners involves challenges often overlooked during immigration discussions focused mainly upon income levels and economic categories today. High earners relocate carefully and rarely leave stable careers unless similar opportunities exist without difficult recertification processes or prolonged uncertainty. Imagine an aircraft technician relocating to another country. They still need extra exams, certifications, and approvals. It's a journey to regain professional stability and career progression. That process only makes sense when systems provide clarity, consistency, and confidence regarding future stability. Without that assurance, many skilled individuals simply decide relocating remains unnecessarily risky overall. Then comes another common suggestion: move towards smaller communities or rural areas instead. While this solution may help some individuals, it also introduces significant adjustment challenges afterward. Moving to rural areas often means starting over professionally, financially, and socially, with new housing, unfamiliar communities, smaller job markets, and fewer opportunities in certain industries. For single individuals especially, relocation may reduce opportunities for building friendships, relationships, social networks, and broader community connections, supporting emotional well-being and long-term personal stability afterward too. So the question becomes whether relocation truly creates opportunity or simply shifts pressure toward individuals already carrying uncertainty while attempting maintaining stability within rapidly changing immigration environments. At the same time, Canadians are facing genuine challenges themselves. Housing remains expensive, healthcare systems remain stretched, daily living costs continue increasing across cities and communities. Those concerns are absolutely real. However, population reduction alone does not automatically create homes, expand hospitals, or solve labor shortages affecting critical industries supporting economic stability. Those outcomes require planning. They require infrastructure development, healthcare investment, housing expansion, and workforce strategies designed carefully around long-term realities rather than emotional reactions alone. So perhaps the conversation surrounding immigration needs shifting away from population numbers toward deeper questions involving labor, stability, economic sustainability, and fair opportunities for contributors already established. Not simply asking how many people are here, but instead asking how is the work being done and who receives opportunities continuing meaningful contributions toward Canada's future development. Because countries do not function through policies only. They function through people consistently showing up, performing essential work, investing locally, supporting industries, and contributing toward communities over extended periods. And if those individuals disappear, or never fully integrate despite already contributing significantly, the work itself will not disappear. Eventually, the growing gap simply becomes impossible nationally. For people working and contributing to communities, uncertainty around permanent residency pathways continue to create stress, despite their visible contributions to Canada's economy. So from your perspective, what realities are you personally seeing? What experiences have shaped your understanding surrounding immigration, contribution, uncertainty, and opportunity throughout changing systems? If these conversations connect with your reality somehow, I want hearing your perspective directly. Send your experiences, observations, and thoughts to catsmilestv@gmail.com so conversations continue openly together. Before leaving today, ladies, let me quickly mention a fashion brand I genuinely love right now, Crayoon. This isn't sponsored. I honestly just love their elegant collections. I'm Catch Smiles, and this has been Chronicles of Immigration. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you again in the next conversation.